Hello and welcome back everybody. It's Complicated Relationships Reddit Stories. Hope you guys are safe and healthy. Now let's see what the story is about today. In today's story, OP says, "Wife seen her friend / co-worker before we were even married and I finally left. My soon-to-be ex-wife, we'll call her Mary, started seeing her co-worker behind my back in the summer of 2017. We were married in November that same year and we were together for a total of 11 years. Trying to keep this short, but it's 3.5 years of BS. So let me run through this. It's a lot and here are the bad events. Mary started seeing her co-worker in the summer of 2017, invites him to our wedding in the winter of the same year, but he couldn't in the last minute because of work. She invites him to our social life. Her immediate family knows AP and AP's wife. Mary tried to make him my friend and have us hang out. She fooled around with him after work hours, in the back of his truck, in the car, in our couch and our bed. She used the GPS she had on my phone to know where I am, took a Plan B tab at least once, and she insisted that I should go to his bachelor's party. She's a friend of AP's wife and were best friends at one point. AP's wife makes Mary her maid of honor. This brings us to summer of 2020. AP's wife gets pregnant in June. That same month, me and Mary purchase a home. She said it'll be cheaper, that AP can help us in the work we wanted on the house. She asked me if it's okay if they go to the house to get a head start. At this point I know him and most importantly I trust him. I have known him for 3.5 years. He's my friend. I said okay, but still felt uneasy about it. They ended up doing it in every room in our house. Before I could even really call it my home, she ruined it forever. We were trying to get pregnant for a year. One night when I was about to initiate, Mary said something to the effect of, "Let me get mine before you get yours," but stops short of her thought. She had never said something like that for the past 11 years. We always had great intimacy. I let it go, but it stuck with me. That was my first thought waking up. Something snapped and I went X mode. She went for work and I rushed to her laptop trying to get into her messages. I don't have access. Then I searched for her social media, searched through every message from a guy. And there it is. Words that will be forever stuck in my head. Multiple quick ones, I miss yous, I like your arms, calling each other's babe, etc. I sent her screenshots of what I found. I was in shock and then I had my first panic attack. I called my brother and told him. She called me after and I went off on her and then hung up. She denies it was physical, just flirting the whole time. After I walked our dogs, I was surprised to see Mary in total shame standing there. 30 minutes before she showed AP the screenshots, she said his face went white and then she drove home because she thought I was leaving her. Then I demanded answers. She confessed it's been physical for 3.5 years. I lost it there. After I calmed down, I sat in a chair just in shock. She came over to me, cried, apologized, begged me to forgive her and started hugging me. Once I hugged her back, it all came out. That unbearable and never-ending heartache I still feel today. It consumed me. I told her she broke me. I'm broken. I barely ate for a week. I was too hurt to think about leaving. I just found out my entire marriage and some changes was a lie. My identity was stolen and it had turned my world upside down. I was too consumed in trying to make sense of things while being hurt. We decided on trying to reconcile with therapy, couples and individual. I lasted 2 months and then I needed space, so I left to my parents. I thought this was it, it's over. I could barely leave, but I was so proud that I was going to post my story here to show you guys that I did it. But being away from her felt like ripping off an emotional limb. It felt self-inflicted. I lasted 3 weeks and came back. I missed her so much. That is when I found out if I decided to really leave, it was going to be unpleasant. But I'm gonna try and reconcile. We also put a hold on starting a family. It would be crazy to start if we don't know about our future. But she had a hard time waiting, yet understand what I need to go through in healing, but does not know how long she can bear not having kids. The patience required from her is wearing her down. But I get it, there is ultimately a deadline. I told her what I needed from her to feel safe. She or he needed to find another job. She barely tried in the beginning, so I sent a message to AP, knowing he hadn't told his wife, and if he wants to keep it that way, he needs to leave. Instead, AP tells his pregnant wife. Instead of hearing back from him, I get a call from his Phil asking me to back off. Excuse me, what? His Phil supposedly barely works, so probably saw his paycheck flying away since they all live in the same house and plan to move into another one. Phil ends up passing the phone to AP. Same thing I heard from Mary, shame and guilt overbearing AP. I tell him off and hang up. So there it is, she wasn't leaving and he wasn't either. She didn't want to leave in case I leave, then what was the point in leaving her job in her mind? It's also tied to her family business. She has a strong social obligation to keep it. Red flag. We tried to continue reconciliation, but every day I thought about it multiple times a day. Daily trauma. Nothing was the same. Holidays, mornings, nights, kisses, and simple interactions. I am haunted by our home because of the triggers. My mind unravels almost every interaction between them and us. It's like a mini D-Day every single day. But we continue. Fast forward to last week and we are at a stalemate. She doesn't feel like I want to continue this, but my PTSD is so intense I can barely keep myself together, still 7 months later. She goes to her sister's, unrelated to us, and we go back and forth on text. We would check every 3 months on how I was feeling, more importantly, if I wanted to start a family. I know I couldn't do it. How can I be there for them when I'm struggling alone? We would both be miserable with the baby on the way, and I don't deserve that. I would also be haunted in not having trust it's even mine. Again, she says she cannot wait for a year, but just hopes I'm ready before. So, having that in mind, and that it's 4 months left for the D-Day anniversary, and it hasn't changed exponentially in almost 8 months, and the ongoing sadness, I decided to leave. Every day was stay or leave, and it was eating at me, like crows picking out your eyes. It was and still is bad. So, I'm here at a friend's place, bad mood every day in a different way since I left. Every bone in my body says to go back, but when I'm there, I'm miserable. I'm away from her now, and I'm also still miserable. But what's going to change if I go back? Maybe I can change and move past this, but it's going to be more than a year. I can just feel it. I don't want to say it out loud, but I need this. It's for me. I need it for my peace, but it's not coming fast enough. I just want the pain to stop, but I know it'll take time. I know talking to my friends and family helps, and I'm trying to find the new me and find new hobbies. Being alone with my thoughts, it's the worst thing for me, so I have to stay busy. I did not think I could be here. I did not think I could write this, but like so many others, the advice and the painful moments you all share helped me to be here. I want and need to continue therapy. It really helps. Edit. To be clear, we are going through the divorce and only contacting for splitting everything up. I know I cannot go back and be happy. That's all we have from the OP side of the story. Oh man, what can I say? You went through one of the most noticeably terrible things throughout everyday life. I'm certain it's all going to be alright from this point forward. I trust you feel much improved and realize that you are in good company. Well guys, before we go, let me give you some comments by the beautiful community. Where Would I Be says, "Oh my god, OP, I'm so proud of you for leaving. That was a load of bad stuff she put you through. I know you beloved her on the true remorse, but part of the true remorse is giving you all the time you need in order to heal and not pushing you to have a baby when her clock is ticking. Well, she should have thought about it when she was having a full-blown second relationship, so maybe he can give her a baby ASAP. I was completely heartbroken for the way you were treated. I feel like she doesn't care about you, but about the idea of you and the comfort you are giving her. You are just not going through just an affair. This is a major character flaw on her end. Lying and cheating for a long time changes a person. For my soon-to-be ex-wife, it was about 9 months. I still don't know, but I don't even care, and even that was too long for me. 3.5 years is a lot of days, and she daily made that choice. A cheater who doesn't recognize that is a character flaw and not a slip-up for such a long time can never fully successfully reconcile. It'll end up being the BS carrying all the emotional trauma forever. I'm so proud of you and I'm rooting for you. Heal on, OP, we are here for you. OP's reply: definitely allowing myself to let my emotions out. It's the healing. Now removed close to a week, I can see a big difference. Still hurting, but not as bad. It allowed me to see who she really is, and I'm hurting for the person I thought she was. That helps reduce the pain. I cannot go to someone who doesn't exist. The Kryptonian 1979 says, she left this marriage 3.5 years ago, and now she is absolutely eating up the power you are giving her by playing the pick-me dance. It's bad, but you need out. She has no intention of putting forth any effort in an actual reconciliation. From everything you said, she just saying get over it, and that's BS. OP's reply: I hear you. I'm still amazed I haven't gone postal on them or AP's wife. The only thing I can think of is I have more hurt than anger, and my anger is through the roof sometimes. End of the story. Please like, comment and share the story if you enjoyed it. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload the next video. Take care.